sunk an enemy destroyer.
Hey team, it's Ripper here. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Before we begin, thanks for all the support. Like, subscribe, bell button below. Appreciate the great community, and we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers. Free premium DD giveaway at 2,000. Let's get right to it. Title of the video is today: is there a secret secondary build with the French battleships? I've seen a lot of stuff going online, and I was reviewing it, and you know what? I actually wanted to research this, so I actually went to the Ship Stats website. It'll be in the descriptions below if you want to know where that website is at. But when I looked at it, I noticed that if you look at the stats, it shows that the Patrie right behind the Schlieffen has a great secondary DPM, which means how many shells can you put down range, as well as how many shells are actually hitting the target. And the range is ridiculous. You get out to 12.5, kind of like the Schlieffen. But look at the reload, 1.5 to 8 seconds. I mean, I literally got these things down to 1 second reloads. And look at this. Look at the reload. It's literally like having machine guns on the left and the right side of your ship, and you're just blasting it away. Now, you're going to see some of the potential downsides in a minute just by observing the videos, but look at this. Oh my gosh, look at the rain of fire. I wish more battleships had this kind of secondary ability. Like, you're getting 1 second reloads, and I don't even want to get into the fact that you did arms race and you got the buffs, but look at this. Now, look at the main guns. The Patrie, Burgonia, all these, it got some weird wonky dispersions, and they're all over the place. And I started switching from AP to, you know, HE more because I starting fires more. But that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is this a viable secondary build? And to take a look what I'm doing here, I've got both secondaries firing left and right. I'm focused on a Georgia on the right side of the ship. I'm focused on the Azum on the left. I've also got the black on the left. I mean, I'm pretty much doing the bulk workload of the force here, and that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Lesson for you guys. If you're a battleship, you should be pushing, because everybody else should be supporting you, and I get it. The meta doesn't support pushing. It's sub CVs. But honestly, it doesn't negate the fact that this is what you're supposed to do. And it hopefully encourages other players to push. But look at the fires. Look at the top of the right screen there. Look at that. All those secondary hits. Now, here's the downside. You're not really penetrating a lot of it. Now, if you didn't take IFHE, you're only getting about 17mm pin, which doesn't even penetrate some destroyers. And like I said, if you get IFHE, and boom, there goes this first kill right there. Splash 1 RP back to Patrie. And now we're focused on the black right here. And the fun thing about secondaries and the secondary builds, you're focused on so many aspects of the game where you're like, do I prioritize this target? Do I shoot at this target? You got to make a lot of tactical decisions, and it's really, really fun. I like that aspect of it. And just watching all the guns blazing, look at that. Just 1 second reloads. And here's the problem. Look at how many secondaries are out there, and they're not really hitting the black, and I had to shoot my shells to get it, and I'm dead. I mean, there's a downside of today's meta, really. Just the focus firing, the CV spotting, the burning, the HE spamming. Do I need to keep going on? There's just so many things that do not support a battleship pushing, and I think that's what's really fun about the game. Now, here's a scenario right here where the next game you're going to see me pushing towards this new ship. I don't know what this is. It's probably a test ship, whatever. But you see I started switching to HE because why? The dispersion and the accuracy of the Patrie guns, and maybe not all, but maybe most of the French BB just doesn't seem to be cutting the mustard for me. So I just started seeing if I could start as many fires as possible and then push in to, you know, maybe activate these secondaries to have some fun. I mean, isn't that the point of a game? Having fun. Look, we've already capped alpha here, as you can see right here. Now it's just pure unadulterated fun where I just want to get in secondary range, which 12.5 kilometers, really, really awesome. You see right there. Sigma is 1.0, but I don't understand. Maybe there's a gimmick that they in the background programming where why aren't they as accurate as the Schlieffen or the Ohio or the Georgia kind of secondaries? I don't know. It's just something weird, funky about it, because look how much firepower we're putting down range, and it's really not so accurate. I mean, look at that. We are showering this area. I mean, if this was artillery barraging, this would be awesome. You mean, I just love seeing the shells exploding all around. It's just putting so much firepower down range. But as you can see right here, we're not really doing much. And we're good on the torpedoes. We're not really doing much. And again, if I had to take IFHE, I cut my fire chance in half. So I'm not really getting as many fires as I want. I'm penetrating a lot of the I'm getting a lot of penetration on the 19mm superstructures with the IFHE and everything. But that's about it. I'm not really doing much. And look at that. We got only 63 hits, but we get a kill. Whoop-de-doo, yay, splash 1 RP back to Patrie. We get the kill, but was it really worth it? What did we really do? And I don't know if the accuracy was all there. Now, here's the third and final game of my reaction to it, and we're trying to see if this works on maybe battleships or cruisers. Or, as you can see, in the first video, it was really struggling just to kill the destroyer, the black. I don't know what it was. It just wasn't hitting anything. Even though we're putting so many shells down range, you would think by just sheer volume we would hit something, but it didn't really do it. And there goes another splash 1 RP back to Patrie on the Satsuma, but that was a fire from previous. But again, do I recommend this build for the secondaries on the French battleships? Even though the numbers don't lie. I mean, you can see again the stats. I'm putting them on the screen for you. They don't lie. I just don't think they're as effective as the German battleship, secondaries, or the accuracy of the American destroyer secondaries, American battleship secondaries. I don't know what it is. I wish they would program it to be the secondaries to be, hey, if it's a gun and it's firing, they should all act accordingly. Like in reality, where, hey, if I shoot a shell down range, it should hit what I'm supposed to be hitting. I mean, if a destroyer little guns, if you can aim those and accurately hit those. I don't understand why you can't do it with the secondaries, because essentially that's what secondaries are, right? It's like having little destroyers on the side of your ships firing at, with gunners. I still don't understand that. But, I mean, look at the range. I like the range of the French battleship secondaries. 12.5 kilometers, really good. The reload rate is awesome. Unfortunately, you can't hit a broadside of the barn. It's just, again, not cutting the mustard. And we were really shooting. I mean, we'll get fires going, but look, I just love the reload. But it's just not connecting. They're not like Ohio's secondary 127 millimeters, or the German secondaries getting that 32 millimeter pin on some, or even maybe like 30 millimeter pin I would take. That's why I kind of want to try out the Satsuma, or I'm sorry, Shikishima. And the Iwami's got some, there's a video out there with the Iwami, I did that one as well, where the secondaries on those are, even though they're 100 millimeter guns, they're still penetrating about 30 millimeters. So, I don't know, I think that's the gimmick that they want to sell to you. The French BBs just aren't getting, look at the rain of shells right there. I mean, we're hitting the other Patrie, my other counterpart, and look, we're not really doing much fire damage, even though we're getting so much. We're getting high DPM connection there on massive superstructures, but unfortunately, we're just not connecting to hit the superstructure to get that full pin alpha damage. And look, I'm shooting at gearing now goes undetected. Again, these secondaries have to activate for a while for it to get up to that 50% dispersion accuracy. But then again, I don't know whatever programming is in the background. If somebody knows what the programming is for French battleships, why the dispersion isn't as great, let me know. I mean, I'm dire to hear the explanation, but really, you can see right there, these secondaries just aren't, I guess you could say, producing or a desired effect that I want. Again, I still like the German secondaries, the Schlieffen, the GK, the Prussian now. Really good in the Pommern. Those are really good ones. Japanese battleships. Iwami is the only one I've seen effective. That the secondaries are super accurate. And then, of course, Ohio, Georgia, and Massachusetts have those secondaries I really enjoy for the accuracy, and they start a lot of fires. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this a viable build? Do you think it works? I don't. If you got a way to build it, let me know. What do you recommend for the community? Do you think it's the French battleships need to buff in secondaries, because they got some nice? Look at the amount of firepower. If I had this on my team, I'd be so happy to see the amount of shells being put down. This is called focus firing from one battleship. This is what I recommend as focus firing, but so awesome. Just look at the amount of guns they're firing. You have literally all hands on deck shooting. Finally, we get a fire going, but just doesn't seem to be connecting as much. You see the little numbers going up. Hey, that's points, but like 200, 300 damage. Hey, that's still something, right? Death by 1,000 paper cuts. I still think it's very, very powerful in that regard, but again, I think they just didn't give it the necessary firepower it deserves, or the accuracy, which again, I disagree with. But look at that. We're just trying to survive here. Our team's pretty much dying on this flank, and we were just holding our position like we should be, trying to support and help each other, but we're just taking too much damage. And man, can we get a kill here at least with secondaries? And we're dead. But anyways, that's what I found what worked. It's really fun, very, I would say, entertaining. Unfortunately, for productivity, yeah, the French battleship secondaries are just not there. But again, I could be wrong. Let me know what you guys think as a community. What's out there? Let me know. As always, thanks for all the support. Like, subscribe, bell button below. Here's the build at the end of the screen. Check it out. Freeze it. Take a picture of it. Whatever. What could we do to get better? What could the community do to get better? But let me know what you think. Again, 2,000 subscribers, our next goal. We're going to give a free premium DD giveaway then. Until then, you guys stay safe, and I'll see you guys out there in the high seas. Cheers.